All right, it's I almost forgot. I actually almost forgot to do the recording, so it's like 10 o'clock. I suppose this is another reason why recording yourself every day kind of benefits you in some ways, because it's about being accountable to somebody, and first and foremost being accountable to yourself. Like how many of us fall into the trap of serving other people's needs with more concern than our own, and it's quite easy to become a problem in this life. Something that requires assistance because they haven't developed the sense of meeting their own needs, fulfilling their own potential. I think it's painful for me doing this. I don't know how it is for other people, but it's painful really because I suppose there's a deep feeling of loss which I need to face up to. I think that loss is about enacting some level of disingenuine behaviours in hopes to kind of stay protected among the herd. But if the herd's running and you're injured, then it's going to be pretty hard not to fall behind anyway. I mean, how do I actually feel? I feel like my digestion's improving. I've had a flare up because of milk, and it turns out milk has very fine proteins in it, obviously, which I did know, but I didn't know my gut would be so damaged that those proteins would get through, and so I ended up with this really weird eczema, which was kind of like mildly itchy but really inflamed, and not like the deep wounds I've got loads of images of where like my skin would just open up and my skin would just open up. This one was just like rash all over, and I'm still trying to I'm just trying to recover from that. So I've got to be grateful. This is just standard shop milk that I was drinking. I thought I could get away with it. I've tried to get away with everything, but the only direction is just meat and fat, and I just need to accept that and be grateful that I finally know how to look after myself with food. It's 10 o'clock now, and I think I'm gonna make a burger patty and have it with a bit of fat. It's not so much that I need it, but my body feels very hungry, and for whatever reason I've got ache in both my ears, particularly this side. It feels really hollow and really painful, and I suspect that's because in the absence of sugar my body's like, oh, I can finally heal this thing. I've got a lot of joints popping. My digestion is definitely better than it has been, Christ. I've been on a rocky road, boys. I've been on a rocky fucking road. And not that like marshmallow treat shit. More like getting slapped down by a rogue salmon. I'm being serious. Being authentic. I think I find it interesting that the older you get, the more you realise you have in common with the people around you, and all the truths that you hide from, which have the potential, when expressed, to be quite joyful. All those things that you've hidden, and all those secrets you've kept, because you thought you wouldn't get a reward, or you wouldn't get the reply that you wanted. But if you could be, authentic, if you can express yourself honestly, in a way that is humble in its acceptance of your own problems, and also not looking at negatively affecting others with your problems, then the challenges in life can be a real gas. I think you can have fun with them, because they're no longer crippling, they're just something to play with and find solutions for, and help people with, by providing your answers and what you found helpful. I've kind of identified today, I've had a couple of lightning bolt moments where I've realised, kind of unconsciously, I'm aware of what I need, but whenever it propagates my mind, I restrict it, and I pretend, I play this fantasy where the world is going to keep those resources from me, and so I might as well maintain control by denying them from myself from the onset. It's kind of like, before you get denied them by the world, you deny them for yourself to protect you from the pain of not having your needs addressed. And I think that's like a real sign of someone who's a bit messed up. You are already preparing yourself for some fantasy of inevitability that you won't be given what you have asked for by your environment, by the people around you, by your parents, whatever. It's like you are so desperate for a little bit of control in a dysfunctional and broken home that you'd rather get that control from denying yourself what you need before others deny you from it. And I think I've been doing that for decades, 2 decades, 20 years. Man, my body's like, I need this, and I deny it. But you can't have that. You can't have that. Which is actually one of my parents' voices. So stupid. That behaviour, not myself. I'm ready to recover. What do I need to do? Just give myself permission to do what's best for myself. And saying it feels painful. And that's love. I think love can be painful. The lion loves the wildebeest, because without the lion, disease would spread. The genetic crop would get weaker. The wildebeest wouldn't be as strong. It wouldn't move so far. It would just exhaust the plains. The grass wouldn't be as rich. Lion keeps the wildebeest moving. And I think there's a wildebeest and a lion in us all. We got to find harmony between those two things. So I think I am going to worship the lion, and I'm going to go and have a burger patty. Even though I'm broke and I've eaten and bought gonna struggle this month. I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle this month. I think hopefully I've got a bit of money coming back to me because I bought all this clothes, and I think I might get support in that. But I'm broke. I am broke, and it's okay because it's necessary for this moment. And I've still got to love myself even though I'm broke. Otherwise, I'll never love myself when I'm rich. So I'm very much believing in a higher power in this one, as this is necessary, and I've got to navigate this space effectively until I learn how to become more valuable as a commodity within society. So, clocking off. I'm tired.